Here is the news at 6. First, the highlights. Lagos State government concludes plans to inaugurate first phase of Red Line Rail project in February. Federal government seeks private sector investment in 35,000 kilometers of federal roads. On the foreign scene, Ghana sentences 6 persons to death for involvement in coup plot. And in sports, President Tinubu urges Super Eagles to improve performance in ongoing 2023 AFCON. And now the details. I am Akan Usen. Lagos State government has concluded plans to inaugurate the first phase of the 37-kilometer Red Line Rail project from Agbado to Oyigbo in February. Also, before the end of February, 12 additional ferries are expected to be launched to complement existing ones on the waterways to enhance the integrated intermodal transport system of the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration, while work will commence on the construction of the 4th mainland bridge in the first quarter of this year. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who stated this in his address at the People's Town Hall meeting held in Ikeja, said in line with the Things Plus developmental agenda, his administration will intensify more efforts to bring education, agriculture, entertainment, tourism and arts, among others.
Lagos has delivered on our integrated urban mass transportation system, and today over 4 million Lagosians are carrying blue cowrie cards, and they are commuting from different parts of the city to be able to continue to enjoy services that we are currently enjoying. It's also the era of renewable energy and also the era of EVs, electric vehicles, and CNG vehicles.
Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Omotosho, who described Governor Sanwo-Olu's governor's style as unique and effective, noted that the town hall meeting is designed for his administration to render accounts, assured residents that despite the challenges, the ship of the state remains steady because it is in the hands of a tested captain.
The philosophy of the Sanwo-Olu administration that was always to maintain the systems, the active involvement of the people in governance will be encouraged, and that is what we are doing. This is because the citizens that the bedrock of democracy. Therefore, the governance of this principle that we are gathered to further promote our agenda of running an open government, a transparent government, and all-inclusive government through the instrumentality of the Things Plus agenda.
Stakeholders at the event, during an interactive session, commended the Sanwo-Olu administration for his developmental strides but urged him to do more on road construction in rural areas, declare war on drug abuse through the youth centers and relevant agencies, and build more affordable houses in Badagry area to decongest Lagos Island. On his part, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who assured that development will come to the Badagry area, including the Blue Rail Line to Okokomaiko, hinted that Badagry Seaport project is on course and will be actualized. While also answering questions, Deputy Governor Bafemi Hamzat hinted that the Ijebu-Ode Shagamu Road project has been awarded by the federal government and contractors will move to site soonest. Our correspondent Abdiola Akindele quotes the governor at the event, attended by different stakeholders, including traditional rulers, party faithful, top government functionaries, as appealing to all residents to pay their taxes promptly to assist the government in delivering more developmental projects. Stakeholders in the coconut resources value chain across Nigeria have converged on Lagos State to brainstorm on issues related to development and utilization, with focus on investment opportunities in coconut water for sustainable economic development. The stakeholders meeting with the theme Coconut Water Innovation Unlocking Economic Opportunities for Sustainable Development in Nigeria was organized by the Raw Materials Research and Development Council, RMRDC, in collaboration with the Lagos State Coconut Development Authority, LASCODA, National Coconut Producers, Processors and Marketers Association, among others. In a welcome address, Commissioner for Agriculture in Lagos, Abisola Olusoya, who was represented by the coordinating director in the ministry, Rashid Macaulay, said the meeting is a wake-up call to return to the basis of coconut as cash crop, noting that under the Themes Plus agenda, the state government is working to ensure the coconut value chain becomes a contributor to the state's gross domestic product, GDP.
I'm using this medium to assure you of the continuous support of Mr. Governor Babajide Olusola Promote Value Chain and his readiness to provide an enduring enabling environment to unleash the potential of the wonder crop to enable the enabling level. As we are aware, the development of the value chain lies with all of us here, as the government alone cannot drive initiatives. As such, more investors are invited to partner with the state government by investing in some sector to ensure sustainable job creation, food security, and economic growth.
Director General of RMRDC, Hussaini Ibrahim, who was represented by the head of its Lagos Directorate, Lawal Suraj, noted that coconut has a $2.48 billion market value as of 2024, and Nigeria, which produces 3.6 million tons of coconut, can tap into various opportunities if stakeholders tackle the challenges therein. Also, General Manager of LASCODA, Oladapo Olakunle, while calling for private sector partnership in the value chain, announced plans by the state government to revive the coconut processing factory in the Dagri area of the state in the 2024 fiscal year.
The factory will process, among other things, the coconut meat itself, the coconut husk, and the coconut shell. And we are expecting to get a lot of products from the factory. The factory, of course, is going to generate a lot of employment for people in and around Badagry, and of course in Lagos State in general.
Southwest Vice President of the National Coconut Producers, Processors and Marketers Association, Messi Doheto, advocated a robust investment plan for stakeholders, which includes availability of seedlings, land allocation, access to loans and grants, creation of coconut estates, access to facilities and market, among others. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, has inaugurated the Do Not Burn Their Future campaign, which aims to curb the alarming rise in young and underage access to tobacco products. Speaking at the launch, Acting Executive Vice Chairman of the FCCPC, Adamu Abdullahi, highlighted the grave risks associated with youth tobacco use, ranging from impacts on brain development to respiratory issues and increased nicotine dependence. Abdullahi said 4.5 million Nigerians aged 15 and above are tobacco users, with more than 26,800 annual deaths attributed to tobacco-related diseases. On the spot, the coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Mohammed Pate, noted that the campaign by the FCCPC is in alignment with the national objective on tobacco control. Now to the rest of the stories. The Federal Ministry of Works says it is engaging with concessionaires and other private sector organizations to secure investments in the construction of 35,000 kilometers of federal road networks across the country. The ministry also says it is involving state governors and private sector leaders in the initiative to explore private sector funding options for the deteriorating road network in the country. This development informed a closed-door meeting by the Minister of Works, David Umahi, with the Governor of Taraba State, Agbu Kefas, entrepreneur Aliko Dangote, and former minority leader, House of Representatives, Ndudi Elumelu, in Abuja. Speaking after the meeting, Umahi said the purpose was to enhance relationships and explore alternative funding methods for the construction, reconstruction, and rehabilitation of numerous federal roads across the country through public-private partnerships. According to the minister, this will fast-track road infrastructure revolution and bring order, accountability, and profitable entrepreneurship to the operations, management, and maintenance of federal highways. Umahi added that the initiative will also trigger economic development, job creation, local content development, and wealth creation for the Nigerian population. The State House of Assembly has screened and ratified Olaide Adelami as the Deputy Governor of the state. At plenary presided over by the Speaker of the House, Olamide Oladeji. The Clerk of the House, Benjamin Jayola, read the nomination letter written to the House by Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa. Submitting the report of the screening committee, the Deputy Speaker, Abayomi Akinto, noted that Adelami has been confirmed to be a man of reputable character, well exposed and also physically and mentally fit for the position. In his response, Adelami thanked the governor for allowing him to serve the state, emphasizing that his appointment was a call to duty and promised to work for the development of Ondo State and the country at large. And now to foreign news. 6 Ghanaians, including 3 soldiers, have been sentenced to death by hanging for their involvement in a coup plot 3 years ago. This was the first treason trial in Ghana since 1966, when post-independence leader Kwame Nkrumah was overthrown. The 6 were arrested in 2021 while testing weapons in the capital Accra to allegedly topple the government. The group, including a gunsmith, pleaded not guilty during a trial that captured the attention of the nation. Meanwhile, defense lawyers say they would appeal against the ruling in the Supreme Court. In our sports, President Bola Tinubu has urged Super Eagles players to improve their performance and do better in the final stages of the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire. President Tinubu stated this via a message sent through the Minister of Sports, John Eno, who spoke to the players from Abuja via Zoom. According to Eno, the president was not too impressed with the showing of the team during the group stage. Responding, team captain Ahmed Musa thanked the sports minister, but also called on the president to come to see them play live, saying it will serve as a motivation to the players. The Super Eagles will play the indomitable Lions of Cameroon in the last 16 of the tournament on Saturday. Just before we go, stay alive, make use of pedestrian bridges where available. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. On X, formerly Twitter, Lagos Traffic 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. On YouTube, subscribe and watch us live on our channel, Traffic Radio 961. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration completed the renovation of the library at the State Criminal Investigation Department, Banti Yaba? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government has concluded plans to inaugurate the first phase of the 37-kilometer Red Line Rail project from Agbado to Onyibo in February. The Federal Minister of Work says it is engaging with concessionaires and other private sector organizations to secure investments in the construction of 35,000 kilometers of federal road networks across the country. We also told you that 6 Ghanaians, including 3 soldiers, have been sentenced to death by hanging for their involvement in a coup plot 3 years ago. And in sports, President Bola Tinubu has urged the Super Eagles players to improve their performance and do better in the final stages of the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations in Côte d'Ivoire. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to Lagos Traffic Radio at lagostate.gov.ng. And that ends the news broadcast compiled by Adewale Oluborku. I am Akan Usen. Thanks for listening and please stay safe.